Rise up like the sun, oh God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the land between the seas. Light up the universe, light up the universe with joy. Light up the universe, light up the universe with joy. On that day, Bayom Hahu, we sing to you. On that day, Shmo Echad, your name. On that day, Bayom Hahu, we sing to you. On that day, Shmo Echad, your name as one. Rise up like the sun, oh God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the land between the seas. Light up the universe, light up the universe with joy. Light up the universe, light up the universe with joy. On that day, Bayom Hahu, we sing to you. On that day, Shmo Echad, your name. On that day, Bayom Hahu, we sing to you. On that day, Shmo Echad, your name as one. Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. We light the lights of Shabbat. Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. Lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Shabbat, shalom. May you have a peaceful day. Shabbat, shalom. May you have a restful day. Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. We light the lights of Shabbat. Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. Lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Shabbat, shalom. As we watch the candles shine. Shabbat, shalom. Cover the challah, pour the wine. Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. We light the lights of Shabbat. Shabbat, shalom. Time to take a big deep breath. Shabbat, shalom. A special day for us to rest. Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. We light the lights of Shabbat. Lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Shabbat Shalom. I'm excited to welcome you this evening to Temple Emanuel tonight, whether you're with us in person in the Beit HaT'filah or whether you're with us in sacred virtual community. And I am honored to welcome our musicians in residence, Elana Jagoda, Saul Kaye. Welcome to Pittsburgh. Welcome to Temple Emanuel this evening. As we begin our service tonight, I want to do so with a prayer that is not found in your prayer book. These words were written by Rabbi Nachman of Breslov, or perhaps one of his students, the grandson of the Baal Shem Tov and the founder of Breslov Hasidim, who taught us that it was a mitzvah to be happy, a mitzvah to be joyous. And every year during his lifetime and thereafter, his followers make a pilgrimage to the Ukraine on Rosh Hashanah, adding more than 40,000 Jews to the Jewish community that's over 200,000 Jews strong. And I offer this prayer for peace by him or by his student on behalf of the Ukrainian Jewish community and on behalf of their many countrymen of all races and beliefs who are suffering needlessly this evening. He writes, "May it be your will, Holy One, our God, our ancestors' God, that you erase war and bloodshed from this world, and in its place draw down a great and glorious peace, so that nation shall not lift up sword against nation, nor shall they learn war anymore. Rather, may the inhabitants of this earth recognize and deeply know a great truth, that we have not come into this world for strife and division, nor for hatred and rage, nor provocation and bloodshed. We have come here only to encounter you, the blessed Holy One. And so we ask your compassion upon us. Raise up by us what is written, I shall place peace upon the earth, and you shall lie down safe and undisturbed. And I shall banish evil from the land, and let the sword not pass through your lands. But let justice come in like waves of water, and righteousness flow like a river. For the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Holy One as the water covers the sea. So may it be. And together we say, Amen. While our prayers ascend to heaven, the work of bringing about peace is in our hands. We ourselves are part of building this world from love, and I hope you will join us tonight in song. We're grateful tonight to the community that helped make this evening and this weekend possible. Each of you here at Temple Emanuel, our wonderful lay leaders and staff, and Betty Diskin, Zichrona Livracha, whose generous legacy enabled us to bring special and wonderful musical programming to this community. As we turn in our prayer books to page 2 and then 5, for words of candles and kiddush, it is my pleasure to invite forward our chair of the Diskin Committee, longtime members, congregants, friends, Eric and Barb Udrin, to lead us in these prayers, pages 2 and 5. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat. And on page 5, we would invite you to rise if it is comfortable to do so, as we join together recognizing the sweetness of Shabbat.
The heaven and the earth were finished, and all their array. On the seventh day, God finished the work that God had been doing, and God ceased on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Sing at this point.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zicharon l'maaseh v'reshit, ki hu yom techila l'mikra'e kodesh, zecher letziat Mitzrayim, kivanu v'acharta, v'otanu kidashta, mikol hamim, v'shabbat kodecha, me'ahava uvratzon, hinchaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh haShabbat. L'chaim. Eric and Barb, thank you so much.
Shabbat shalom.
You guys can be seated.
Shabbat is a touchstone, something that we can return to each week. And it's a reminder of spaciousness, the spaciousness that we need, a moment we can put our heart in the center, putting God in the center, putting love in the center, and a time to take a deep breath. So let's let go of the week. Breathe in Shabbat, the sweetness of it. We can create a little more space for peace and rest. We begin to welcome in the Shabbat bride, Boi Kala. If you'd like to follow, it's on page 10. Boi Kala.
So 6 days a week, we're human doings, and one day we get to be human beings. So raise your hand if you remember your wedding day. Now, I know some of you may have passed out. Fellas, okay, some people. Okay. Did you know that every Shabbat we all get married again? Except for you save a lot of money on invitations and weddings and venues. It's a free. And it's the wedding between God and Israel. This is the moment in the service where we invite in the Shekhinah. It's the feminine indwelling presence of God. Some of this may sound a little woo-woo California, but just roll with me on it. This is what happens when we stand up to greet the Shabbos bride when we say Beit HaT'filah. So I want you all, if you can take a step back in time and remember the day of your wedding. Of course, my bride's here. I can't look at her or I might pass out. But you remember the day of your wedding, the moment when you saw your bride or your groom. You remember that? That first, maybe you took some space apart. Maybe you were fasting, potential pass out. I don't know. Maybe you were drinking. Who knows? A lot of stuff was going on. But there's that moment when you saw your beloved and it's like, that's this moment. That's this moment when we sing Lecha Dodi.
Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la Penei Shabbat Shamor v'zachor b'divurecha Hishmianu el hamiluchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad Hashem tiferet Elitfilah Lecha dodi likad kalah Penei Shabbat Erkabelah Lecha dodi likad kalah Penei Shabbat לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה כי היא מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבתילה לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה Penei Shabbat Mekabelah Hitoreri Ki ba'orei Kumi ori Uri Shir Damiri Kevod Adonai Alayk Nigla Lecha dodi likrat Adonai Penei Shabbat Mekabelah Lecha dodi likrat Kalah Penei Shabbat Mekabelah Please rise as we greet our Shabbat bride. Boi v'shalom ateh bala gam v'simcha v'soha tov emunei am segula boi halah Lecha dodi likrat kalah Penei Shabbat Mekabelah Lecha dodi likrat kalah Penei Shabbat Mekabelah We remain standing for the Chatzi Kaddish.
So, real quick, just remember, Lai to die, Yai la lai, Biddy Bum works for any Jewish song or prayer at any time. As an old rabbi once told me, God understands all languages: Hebrew, Hebrew, English, and Yiddish. So it's all good. יתקדש ויתקדש שמי רבה.
בעולמך דברה חירותי ויוליך מלכותי.
בחייך וביומך בית ישראל בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. ישמע רבה מבורך לעולם ולעלמי עמיה יתברך וישתבח
יתפאר יתרומם
ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה שמי דקושה ריחו
לילה מן כל הברכתה והשאירתה
תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן ואמרו אמן ואמרו אמן ואמרו אמן ואמרו אמן ואמרו אמן ואמרו אמן.
So, I don't know about you, but there's a lot of like awkward fist bump, elbow, half hug thing going on, and we're like not totally sure how to normalize our greeting so far into COVID. You know, when's it going to be comfortable for us to gather? But I know that prayer can still offer a sense of closeness and a sense of a feeling of coming home. So maybe some of us are not ready to embrace one another yet, but we can embrace one another through intention and attention, a drawing into. I call to you, you listen, you say you are there for me. I hear your prayer, you hear my prayer. So this back and forth, it got me thinking about our call to prayer, the Barchu. This is one of the prayers in our liturgy that we can't recite without a minyan, without a group of 10 people. So you're needed for this prayer. Your voice and your response is an essential component of this holy praise we offer. And so we call to one another, even through the screen, hello at home, so that we can be drawn in and feel a divine embrace. Because as we bless, we are blessed. Do-do-do, do-do-do. blessings come, come all of you, come all of us. Bless the one who blesses. Blessed is the blessed one. Blessed is the giver of blessing. Blessed in this moment now and every now to come. Blessed is the blessed one. Blessed is the giver of blessing. Blessed in this moment now and every now to come. Come all of you, come all of us. Bless the one who blesses. Come, come all of you, come all of us. Bless the one who blesses. Come all of you, come all of us. Bless the one who blesses. Come, come all of you, come all of us. Bless the one who blesses. Do do do, do 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 do
You guys may be seated.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam. Is it your custom to chant the Beit HaT'filah together? Yes. So I want you guys to sing it extra loud. Sing it together. Ready? Beit HaT'filah et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavecha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meotecha v'chayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibartam bam b'shivtecha b'beitecha uv'lechtecha b'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, וחיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. Adonai Elohechem, Asher Hotzeiti Etchem Me'eretz Mitzrayim, Liot Lachem Elohim, Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem, Amen. Mi Chamocha is often referred to as Song of Redemption. But what does that mean? I think it means that we pull ourselves from the muck that we see. We envision a world that has more light. There's a lot of information that we take in every day. Sometimes a lot of really hard information. And it can be hard to stand guard at our minds and filter that information because we want to be present for what's happening in the world. We want to be in the know so that we can do good ultimately and be supportive of those around us and those globally that need our support. But at the same time, that information can take us down. It can be so overwhelming to take in so much that we're debilitated by fear, by a sense of overwhelm, by too many decisions that we have to make each day. And so we can use Shabbat to turn it off a little bit. And that we can envision ourselves in a place of more light, and our communities in a place of more light, our world in a place of more light. Because that light, when it's shared, it spreads. So let's try and use this time of Shabbat to be those beings of light and redeem our world for a better one. We are walking in the light of God. 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 We are walking. We are walking
We are walking in the light of God. Let's hear your voices. We are walking. We are walking. We are walking in the light of God. Oh, we are walking. We are walking. We are walking in the light of God.
Sometimes I get asked where new melodies come from. You know, what inspires me to write a new song or a new melody to a prayer. Sometimes someone will just say something. They'll just say a line. I'm like, that needs to be a song. And I was at a Yom HaShoah event, and the opening remarks by the rabbi, it was right after one of the tragic shootings in Poway, and he spoke about guarding the soul of humanity. And I just love this as a way to think about our sense of protection, of the Hashkivenu prayer, that we're not just praying for ourselves or even for Am Yisrael, but that we want to guard all of humanity, every sweet soul. So that line inspired this melody. Saul's gonna join on piano for this one.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom V'cha midenu shomreinu L'chaim ufros aleinu Sukkot shlomecha ufros aleinu Sukkot shlomecha Guardian of life, guardian of peace, keep us safe in the night. Shomreinu l'chaim. Guardian of life, guardian of peace, keep us safe in the night. Shomreinu l'chaim. Shomreinu l'chaim. Guardian of life, guardian of peace, keep us safe in the night. Shomreinu l'chaim. Guardian of life, guardian of peace, keep us safe in the night. Shomreinu l'chaim. God, the sweet soul of humanity, please protect us under your great canopy, so we will
feel the shelter of your love. Feel the shelter of your love. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom Vecha Amideinu Shoreinu L'chaim ufros Aleinu Sukkot Shlomecha ufros Aleinu Sukkot Shlomecha. Bring Saul back up to the bima. Sing Vishamru, prayer to honor the joy of Shabbat, this covenant between us and God. I don't know what page it's on, so if you find it, sing along. 44. Thank you, Rabbi.
You know, they say this is a Shlomo Karbach melody. So they say Shlomo got people singing after the Shoah. And Shlomo, with all due respect, Shlomo, was not the greatest singer, right? And did you know Moses stuttered? There's a whole midrash about that. Ask your rabbi after Shabbat or during a Shabbat. What does that mean? If a vessel has no cracks, no light can come out of it. Imagine a vessel in your mind, a clay vessel, and there's a candle inside and it's closed. There's no cracks. No light comes out. The most light comes out of the most broken vessels. So all of us, certainly in the last 2 years, let alone 2 days, I mean, things have happened. Things have broken us open. So I encourage you, whether you're at home, you know, a professional shower singer, car singer, it doesn't matter. It's not the notes that come out. It's the light that needs to come out. So I want to bless you all that you'll have more light come out of you.
Vishameru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. Israel oti le'olam ki sheshet yarim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz ubayom ha'shevi'im Shabbat v'yinafash v'shameru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום We will rise for the Amidah, for the silent prayer. And take the time for your own prayers. Adonai Sfatai Tiftach Ufi Yagi Tehilatecha. Adonai, open my lips so I may offer your praise. Sweet Spirit, hear my prayer. Help these words heal someone out there. I am but a voice, just a cry in the air, but I sing nonetheless in this pain we share. Sweet friends, come and dry your eyes and hold each other by mystery of life. I'm angry and tired of this great divide, but I'll sing nonetheless with love on our side. Sweet souls who feel broken now will heal together somewhere, somehow. Time and again we have been let down, but we sing nonetheless, still whole and still proud.
With these words of prayer on our heart, we bring into our heart those who are suffering this evening so needlessly in our world and so close to home. those who are suffering from ailments of mind, of body, of spirit, of brokenness, of what feels like too many cracks in need of repair. If there are those you are thinking of for a prayer of healing this evening, I would invite you to share their names as my eyes meet yours. Baruch atah Adonai Rofeh HaCholim. Blessed are you, God, who brings a measure of comfort to all who are ill, to all who suffer this evening.
Oh, sweet Spirit, hear I pray. Help these words heal someone out there.
A little song for you about this week's Parsha. So, it's Parsha Vayakhel. So Moses convenes the Israelites. So just as the laws of the tabernacle end with the laws of Shabbat, so too the process of building it begins with a reiteration of the holiness of Shabbat, mandating that the people refrain from work and kindling a fire. Then Moses calls for contributions from the people and asks those with talent and ability to participate in this big project. Bezalel and Oholiab take the donations and begin to work. But the donations, they're so bounteous that Moses has to order the people to stop giving. What a blessing. The people join in the work of construction, sewing, and building. And Bezalel turns to fashioning the furniture and accessories of the Mishkan, the ark, the table, the menorah, the altar of the incense, the anointing oil, the altar of the burnt offering, and the enclosure. So this song was written by the musician Alicia Jo Ravens, a musician in New York City, and she wrote it for a Torah project called Godcast. It's renamed as Bim Bom if you want to check it out. And in this Godcast, it illustrates the generosity of the Israelites and the holy expression of the artists, the voice of God asking that there be a sacred place where he can dwell and make his presence known. So we ask that the sweetness of Shabbat fill our homes and our hearts, and that we can feel the closeness of God's presence and the holiness of this day.
Wise-hearted men, wise-hearted women, bring what you can, silver and linen, wool of crimson and of blue, and the bodies I gave you. Build me a tent that I can dwell in, incense and oil and precious stones, and when you walk, I'll walk beside you, and where you live will be my home. Bezalel, guide them well, build
Make me an altar of acacia, on the corners place for rings. Make me a pair, holy angels, to guard my words beneath their wings. Oh, holy Av, fill them with love. Make me a space to live. Melt down your copper mirrors to make a sacred bowl and fill it up with holy water to wash your bodies and your souls. Weave me a cloth with angels' faces, just as fine as thread can sew. And when I see how they surround me, I will know that I am home. Wise-hearted men, wise-hearted women, bring what you can, silver and linen. Shabbat shalom.
Thank you for that beautiful interpretation of Torah, and indeed for joining us this weekend. This time in our service, our thoughts turn to the many who have gone before us. We turn in our prayer books to page 294, where we find words of Kaddish Yatom, our mourner's Kaddish, and we remember all of those this evening upon whose shoulders we stand. We mourn with our ECDC community the loss of longtime teacher Joanne Jackson and observe the period of Shloshim for Michael E. Kelly, Francis Levin, Malvina Mal Levy, and Phyllis Ross. This Shabbat, we commemorate the yahrzeit, the anniversary of the passing of Hilda Ackerman, Sophie Auerbach, Irma Berkowitz, Leon Better, William Blockstein, Marilyn Bober, Mildred Millie Caritas, Ben Karp, Bernice Cohen, Lenore Drabkin, Dora Tex Eisenstadt, Kate Hepner Fargostein, Mildred Fensterscheib, Doris Farrell, Jonathan Friedman, Philip Glick, Israel Jerome Graff, Jules David Greenspan, Dexter W. Haven, Sarah Heater, Dora Hoffman, Judith S. Hoffman, Sydney Kaufman, Paula Kent, Ellen Lang, Milton Lebovitz, Rebecca Levine, Seymour Cy Levinson, Jack C. London, Zenaida Lopez, Joan Maglin, Bertram Birdie Miller, Riva Perlman, Irving Popkin, Ralph Raphael, Ron Rogers, Florence Samowich, Leon Sachs, Diane Schaffler, Sherwin Shep Schloss, Harold I. Shore, Shirley R. Shore, Leonard Schwartz, Marty Silverman, Celia Solomon, Judge David Stahl, Leah S. Teplitz, Lena Wald, Philip Weinstein, and Gladys Wintner. Lena Wald, Philip Weinstein, and Gladys Wintner. If there are other names you are remembering this Shabbat, or if I have inadvertently mispronounced the name of a loved one, I would invite you to share their name with the community. Yehi zichronam livracha, May the memory of all of our loved ones be for us an everlasting blessing. As we continue with words of Kaddish Yatom, our Mourner's Kaddish, page 294, I would invite you to rise if it's comfortable to do so. Yit Gadal V'Yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah Be'alma Divrach Hirutei V'Yamlich Malchutei B'Chaye Chon U'Vyome Chon U'Chaye D'Chol Beit Yisrael Ba'Gala V'Izman Kariv V'Imru Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah Mivarach Le'Olam U'Lamei Almaya Yit Barach V'Yishtabach V'Yitpa'ar V'Yitromam V'Yitnaseh V'Yit Hadar V'Yit Aleh V'Yit Halal Shemei D'Kudsha Barich Hu Le'Ela Min Kol Birchata V'Shirata Tush Bechata V'Nechamata Damiran Ba'alma V'Imru Amen. Yehei Shalama Rabba Min Shemaya V'Chayim Aleinu V'Al Kol Yisrael V'Imru Amen. Osei Shalom Bimromav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu V'Al Kol Yisrael V'Imru Amen. May God, who makes peace in the highest of heavens, make peace for us and for all who mourn. And together we say, Amen. You're welcome to be seated. Just a couple quick words before I invite Elana and Saul back forward. I want to thank you both for being with us in the Pittsburgh community, not only leading us in our Shabbat evening service, but with us throughout the weekend. Tomorrow morning, we're going to join our friends up at Ohav Shalom on the north side for their Shabbat morning service. We'll be back here at 7 p.m. tomorrow evening for a Havdalah service and concert. Saul and Elana will be with our Torah Center students on Sunday morning before making their, God willing, safe flight back to the West Coast, though I am certain we want to welcome them back here more often. Immediately following the conclusion of our service, for those who are with us in the virtual space, Mary Catherine and Amy Pardo invite you to a Zoom oneg, a zoneg, if you will, a chance to gather together in the safety of your home in a sense of community. And I'm excited to announce that we're slowly creeping back to that time when, if you are here, you might join us for cookies and coffee immediately following. Mo Finder, I am looking at you, sir. We're going to do it soon. In just a couple weeks, toward the middle of March, we'll be able to make that happen, God willing. And just one further note about that. We are cognizant of the CDC guidance change today that suggests a possible update to masking rules. Someday, that will mean something for our temple community as well. But I want to make sure that we have time to digest this guidance, to think through it thoughtfully, and to communicate any changes accordingly to the congregation. This isn't something that we are ready to walk straight into. And so if you are joining us throughout this weekend, if you're joining us for the wonderful concerts tomorrow night, or Torah Center, or ECDC, we invite you to continue wearing your masks, and we'll follow up with more information as we are able to meet and process and make some decisions for the community as you look to make the best possible decisions for yourself in the days to come. With tremendous gratitude to Betty Diskin, the Diskin Committee, Temple's leadership, and each of you, it's an honor to invite you back forward to lead us in our closing song. These words are going to be familiar to you as they are favorites of Tim and mine, and so I hope you will sing along with us.
By the way, did you guys know you have a great rabbi here? It's true. We've been around. I don't just say that to say that. Seriously, thank you for the warm welcome. I really appreciate you.
B'chatzlacha and the oneg. I guess you guys can't do them outside here, so it's a little cold.
That would be frozen eggs.
Frozen egg. Okay, ready?
I'll be here all night.
Oh, Session.
Ooh,
peace down, bring peace down. Shabbat shalom.